My name is Tyson. I'm a teacher at Cambridge, Taipei.
And today we're going to do the interview. Are you ready, Tyson?
I'm ready.
We're going to talk about the traveling experience when you are in which country?
You tell me.
Okay, Korea.
There's quite a few differences actually. I find Koreans on the surface are a lot more friendly. So for instance, when you're in Korea, they will come up to you in the street and ask if you need anything or want anything. When you go hiking, they will just give you food. If you're at a campsite, they'll actually invite you over to their camp, and even if they don't have much food and drink, they will feed you as much as they can, and they'll give you as much alcohol as you want.
Yeah.
So in that regard, they're a lot more friendly, but if you get on their bad side, they're also a lot more mean and vicious. So, you know, Taiwanese are more friendly in one way, but on the surface, Koreans are generally more friendly. Also quite different. For instance, for schooling, both Taiwanese and Koreans, they spend way too much time at school.
Yeah,
But the Koreans, their education system is a little bit more brutal. So for example, I actually used to work at a Korean cram school in Canada, and the students were basically made to study from 7 until about midnight. And these students were sometimes 7 or 8 years old. So it was very strict. If one of them spoke Korean in class, even if they just made a mistake and said yes in Korean, the entire class was punished.
Wow.
So often they'd lose their lunch break and they'd have to like squat on their knees for hours on end, or the punishments were actually quite bad. And the teachers kind of said, you know, this is, you know, why are you doing this? And they said, well, actually our school is actually a lot nicer than what it's like in Korea.
So will the students in Cambridge, Taipei to play game in their IELTS course?
If I do introduce a game, nobody says no.
Okay, great.
They're a little bit more hardcore. So for example, when I was at this cram school, they would sneak homework into their beds at night, and they would use their flashlights to study at night. So we actually had to check them as they left so they couldn't smuggle homework home. Sometimes in Taiwan, it's actually difficult to get students to do their homework. I actually spent 2 months living in Korea.
Yeah.
I taught at a kids' cram school there. Koreans tend to be a little bit worse with English. So for example, the name of this cram school was Delicious English.
Delicious English?
Which is weird. And then they would shorten it to Deli English. There was one really weird dish that a lot of Koreans liked, and it was squid, which of course you know is like an octopus.
Yeah.
But they take a small one and it would be live.
A live one?
And so they would cut it up really quickly in front of you. So when you ate this thing, it would actually be trying to crawl off your plate. So it would be moving and wriggling. And so you'd grab it with your chopstick and you eat it, but you had to chew quite carefully and chew a lot, because there was the risk that the little sucker, the little thing that sticks, would actually get stuck on your throat.
Were you scared?
I only watched it, I didn't actually participate.
Why not? Just give it a try.
Because it's dangerous.
Okay, dangerous.
And it was more fun to watch people than actually participate in it.
Yeah, that is so interesting. And have you tried soju?
I have. I wasn't so impressed.
Why not?
It's just kind of boring.
And have you tried gaoliang? You know, it's like Taiwanese alcohol.
It's a little bit stronger. It
Yeah.
has a little bit more bite to it.
And do you like kimchi?
I hate kimchi.
Why not?
It just has a really weird taste to it.
Really?
But the Koreans love kimchi. Everything's kimchi.
Yeah.
The women were very forward in Korea. So I'd even get 50-year-old women coming up to me and asking if I could go home with them.
Whoa!
And so I would sort of look at them and I'd say, "Where is your husband?" And they'd say, "Oh, don't worry, he's not home today."
That is so interesting, Tyson.
So the Korean women are a lot more forward than the Taiwanese women.
Yeah.
And, you know, young girls would come up to me in the street quite frequently and flirt and talk. And they were convinced that basically every white person looked like a Hollywood movie star. So for them, you know, dating a white person would be like dating Brad Pitt. Taiwanese girls are sort of more quieter and subdued.
Yeah.
And they're not as willing to look at you and they're not as willing to flirt with you in public.
Okay. You want to say bye to our YouTube viewers?
So bye for now.
Okay. So bye, Tyson.
Bye-bye.